Well, Leanne, the prosecutor in the matter has already submitted to the court that all these people are linked to the Thabo Bester escape. And one of the outstanding things that everyone has been talking about was the body that was actually found in Thabo Bester's cell, that of Kamogelo Seekoei, who was used as a decoy. You remember that this body was actually, or allegations that Dr. Nandi Phamagudumana was the one who went to the government mortuary to go and claim this body so that the body can be used in this escape. So the prosecution has really given the court compelling reasons why these people should not be given bail. The state witness that was also giving evidence in terms of the investigation that was done in this matter also was able to link all of these people in the events that led to Thabo Bester's escape. You remember that one of the things that he said in his evidence was that Senua Maswara was actually at the center of this, and Senua Maswara was the one who was paid 150,000 by one TK Nkwana, who it has since been discovered that it is Thabo Bester himself. You also remember that Debo Dipulu is another person who went to the police and essentially made a confession to the police. Of course, this was disputed by his legal defense, saying he was in fact called by the police to a mall here in Bloemfontein where he was arrested and then made a confession. But the defense lawyer also indicated to the court that he actually did not make a confession. So these are some of the things that are in dispute. The witness has also told the court that in his investigation, the community around Bloemfontein, as well as members of the Bloemfontein Celtic soccer team, were actually up in arms and didn't want bail for these people, especially with regards to that body. I think it was the body itself that was found in Thabo Bester's cell that was a bone of contention for a lot of people who have been following this case. But another development now is, of course, the Dr. Nandi Phamagudumana's urgent application to the Free State High Court. And I have with me here legal expert Thabo Molite, who is going to take us through this application that was submitted by Dr. Nandi Phamagudumana. Dr. Nandi Phamagudumana wants to be heard urgently. First of all, I think we need to find out if the court will find this to be an urgent matter, especially in light of the fact that she has suspended her bail application here in the Bloemfontein Magistrate Court.
I guess the premise that we must move from is, in terms of the Constitution being the supreme law of the country, any conduct that is inconsistent, that is against the Constitution, should be nullified or should be invalid. Now, the very same Constitution says to us, Section 12, that everyone has the right to freedom to security and the right to freedom to security. And then Dr. Magudumani has that right to freedom and security. Now, if the government or if anyone can abduct Dr. Magudumani or any other person for that matter, he is trampling upon that right to freedom. Now, if the conduct of abducting is actually contravening your right to freedom, then you have to approach the court on urgent basis and demonstrate that I have been apprehended, I have been abducted, and that is trampling upon my right to freedom. Therefore, I would need this court to intervene, and that can only be done on urgent basis. We park the issue of the bail application. Remember, one of the other things that Dr. Magudumani is alleging in her papers is that her arrest in Tanzania is unlawful. So if the arrest is unlawful, then you cannot apply for bail. You must fight your arrest, which is unlawful. Therefore, she couldn't have put the bail application before she can say that the arrest was unlawful. So if the arrest was unlawful, then the bail will fall off. So there's no need for the bail. But then if the arrest was lawful, then she must come back and apply for bail.
Just briefly, Ntate, what are her chances to succeed in this new bid in the High Court?
In my view, if the legal representatives can demonstrate that her arrest in Tanzania was unlawful, then they're going to succeed. But it's only on the basis that they are succeeding to persuade the High Court that her arrest in Tanzania was unlawful.
Thank you so much for your time, Ntate. That was legal expert Thabo Bester just unpacking it for us there, the urgent application that was submitted by Dr. Nandipha Magudumana, who wants to be discharged because she says her arrest in Tanzania was unlawful. She also says that her detention at the Kroonstad Women's Prison is also unlawful. With that, it's back to you in studio.